Tell me about one relationship which has not had any fights, arguments, conflicts, or difference of opinions. Can you think of any? No, right? Conflict is natural and inevitable in any relationship, but how you communicate during a conflict goes a long way in determining which direction your relationship will take. So, when a relationship begins, meaning a two-person system is created, its health and functionality to a large extent is determined by what communication patterns do you choose to stick to. So, I'm going to talk about 4 communication killers, which John Gottman calls as 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and their antidotes. These communication styles, if not managed well, lead to most relationship failures. Criticism comes in the form of a personal attack on a person's personality or character. When you are critical, you imply that there is something wrong with the other person, and it is often reflected in the word you. You don't care, you never help, you are always late, or generalizations like you are, you always, you never. So, what is the antidote to this style of communication? It is to complain without blame using a soft and gentle startup and replacing your you are, you always, you never with I feel. This redirects you to a specific complaint or request, then attacking or remarking somebody's personality. Contempt is attacking someone's sense of self with the intent to insult or abuse them. When you communicate in this state, you treat others with disrespect, mock them with sarcasm, ridicule, hostile humor, or call them names, and use body language like eye rolling, scoffing. It can be seen in statements like, how could you be so stupid? You are tired? Seriously? What have you done since morning? In contempt, the person on the receiving end is made to feel worthless. The antidote of contempt is to build a culture of respect, gratitude, affection, and appreciation in the relationship. So let's say instead of saying something like you forgot to do it again, say something like, I understand you've been busy lately, but I would really appreciate if you could do it for me. Thank you. Do you see the difference in these 2 sentences? Defensiveness is a way to protect yourself by making excuses, cross-complaining, or yes but forms of defensive behavior. It is really a way of saying problem isn't me, it's you. Why are you nagging me about the mess home? You know I have a million things to do. Or, oh, exactly like how you were supposed to do the kitchen yesterday, but it is still left with all the dirt and mess. So when you feel under attack or unjustly accused, it is understandable to play the innocent victim, but this strategy is almost never successful. The cure for defensiveness is accepting some responsibility, no matter how small, and not denying all the charges always. When you take responsibility even for a part of the problem, you'll find that you can talk through the issue with the other person. Stonewalling is a form of going silent. It occurs when the listener completely withdraws from the conversation, shuts down, or simply stops responding. You create a wall between yourself and the other person by choosing not to engage. A lot of people use stonewalling as a way to calm themselves, but it hardly ever works because it damages the emotional safety of a relationship, and the other person is likely to assume that you don't care enough. It typically starts when one person becomes so dysregulated with no coping skills that they simply shut down. To deal with stonewalling, you need to learn to calm yourself down in that moment by doing something soothing or distracting. Could be listening to music, dancing, going for a walk, exercising, reading a novel. And when you take a break, it should last at least 20 minutes because it will take that long before your body physiologically calms down. But remember, here you have to assure the person that you will return back once you are ready and commit to actually returning. So while these horsemen and their antidotes might sound intellectually very easy to understand, but what you have to actually remember is to put them in practice so often that they become available to you in times of need. Now when you see criticism or contempt cropping up, just remember their antidotes. Be vigilant. The more you keep these horsemen at the bay, the more healthy your relationship